it's Junkman from VintageRock.com right here at NAMM 2013 with an old friend over here.
Junkman?
Junkman, absolutely.
Something to do with your junk?
Absolutely. Can't you tell? Nonetheless, with our friend Brian Tichy, guitar player, drummer extraordinaire, and injured guy, and also...
we got to make this quick, dude. It's really getting bad. The pain, you know.
The pain. Really... Oh, William. Also the organizer of Thursday night's Bonzo Bash that we had at the Observatory. Give us a little follow-up on that, man. How was everything?
It was awesome. It was we've heard so many great things. It was the biggest one we did. It had 52 people performing through the course of a 5-hour show, and we kept it on schedule. I'm always nervous. We always fall behind because there's always variables that happen that you can't tell, so we make room for that. And this time I'm like, what time is it? I'm like, we're on schedule? How's this happening? It's really happening. And the doors were on time. The place filled up quickly. It was great. We always have a little bit of a plan B if something changes or shifts around. But it was killer. It was killer. So many great musicians and drummers, and I should just say musicians include drummers in them because I'm a drummer and I consider myself a musician, but most musicians don't consider drummers musicians, so I got to say musicians and drummers. I say performers and drummers, but it was heavy duty, man. Like behind the drums, if you could see what's going on behind the curtain, it's just like,
well, you could because you could see through the drums, right?
You'll see through drums, but I think the curtain was dark enough where you couldn't. But there's a big room at the Observatory backstage there, right behind the drums. We only use up the front part of the stage, so you can literally have 100 people back there. It's just this crazy party going on. We were trying to keep everybody organized, but it's fun, and there's the amount of drummers back there, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking, I guess, if you're a drummer and you're going to go play a John Bonham kit of drums, which was the Natal replica kit of John's acrylic kit from the Song Remains the Same era, the movie. It can be nerve-wracking when you have a Carmine Appice and Nico McBrain and a Virgil Donati and a Mike Portnoy behind the drums, and you're going to go play in front of 1,000 people your favorite Zeppelin song. But I think that's what makes it fun for most of us is that it's we're all doing it together. It's very communal. It's very
and everybody felt that way too.
Yeah, it's done with the only reason it's even happening is because it was just a simple idea from just a drummer who's a Bonzo fan he's my favorite drummer in the world. Which is nothing new. Most drummers agree that he's the king of rock drumming. So when you put this idea together, it's like how hard is it? You just pick your favorite song. You get a killer band, the Moby Dicks, which includes Brent Woods on guitar, Michael Devin on bass, Chaz West on vocals, and Stephen LeBlanc on keys, and I'm sometimes on second guitar. And we love Zeppelin. We all love it, so we're really passionate about it. And just try to make it respectful but fun. It's not like it's not like some awards show where it's all anal and stuff. It's loose and casual, but there's structure. It's like Zeppelin, loose and tight, loose but tight. And we go with the flow. If something changes in the middle of the show, we'll go with it, but the reaction was killer. I mean, it's like victory at the end of something like that because it's a lot of time and energy to put into it and prep. And it's not just me; it's my partner Joe Sutton and Noel, our organizer of everything going on. Just make sure it's a lot for all of us, but everybody's there for the same reason, And it was only meant to be something that I thought should be on this planet from the year he passed away in 1980. I think by 1981 somebody should have already thought of this. I should have thought of it sooner. Should be it's John Bonham from Zeppelin 1. I mean, when he put his mark down right then, it was done deal. It was really game over, and everybody goes back to those records to listen to the best sounds, the best groove, the best parts, the best music, the best band, the best everything. I'm done debating that. That's the fact, But since 1981, I'm kind of like, wow, man, you could have had this going on it's there's never a bad time to do a Bonzo Bash.
So it's going to go on at least once a year.
Well, I mean, it's like everybody wants to see it again, and I go, oh man, it's fun, but I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know what's going on in my life, where I'm going to be busy or not. But when everybody keeps saying, oh, we want to see it again, or the obvious reaction was really positive, it makes you go, well, why not? Because it's I'm not doing something that's it's work, but it's fun work. It's ties directly into me alone behind a kit of drums playing to all those records. Those are big, distinct memories that formed, what I do, and it's a serious part of my life. It's not Bonham's the only drummer I actually listen to every day. Every day I think about his snare drum sound, I think about his kick sound, every single day. There's certain things in my life I think about every day, and that's one of them. So he's my number one drummer like that, and it's funny. That's why 30 years went by. In 2010, I was like, wow, it's the 30th anniversary of his passing. It's I've been listening to this guy a long time, more than any other drummer, more intensely. Is that a word? With more intense energy, and But you know, it's so I was like, it just made sense to me, you know. Like I love Neil Peart. I mean, he's like my number 2 guy, you know. But I go through my Rush phases more or less. But Zeppelin, the entire catalog and the bootlegs and everything's just nonstop. You know what I mean? Nonstop. So yeah, there's your answer for that. That was kind of a long one, wasn't it?
It was a good one though.
Yeah. Well, it made sense somewhat.
If you had to pick out like one highlight of the other night, what would that be?
I mean, I want to say double double, but
Which was?
Stickman was another highlight. I mean, it's all a highlight to me every second of the way. But there was a couple things that happened right before the show day, which was Frank Hannon coming in with a triple shot of Frank Hannon instead of just one song. He was supposed to play Song Remains the Same. That was his thing with his double neck, right? So he's getting ready to come down for rehearsal, and I called him. I was supposed to have Nuno Betancourt was going to play, but he got really tied up in Rihanna rehearsals. So it was just like a little bit like, man, he's just tied up. You know, it happens with us. You know, you never know. Everything schedules change. So I was like, Frank, you know, can you check out In My Time of Dying? Because that was the song I was going to play with Nuno. And Frank's like, oh yeah, I'll listen to it. I'm driving down. I'll listen to it. You know, he already knew it, but he's like tightening it up. And then he's like, anything else? And I looked at the set list in my head. I'm like. And I got to Stairway to Heaven, which was done by S.U.N, my band, with supposed to be me on guitar doing the whole double neck thing, and Sass singing, you know, with Tommy Stewart on drums, Michael Devon on bass, and Derek Sherinian on keys, and that's how we rehearsed it. But I was like, you know, Frank said, what else? So I texted him and go, Frank, double, 2 double necks, top to bottom, Stairway to Heaven, me and you, front stage, double. Never, like I've never seen 2 double necks on stage. So Stairway to Heaven, Zeppelin's biggest song with 2 double necks. So we did it. We rehearsed it. Like he and I sat in the room, played it, and we're like, we're going to be fine. But we never played it as a band ever with Frank until we got on stage. Like the band rehearsed it with me, but without Frank. So you never really know what's going to happen. And then we get to the whole middle bit. It was like da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na. We just like both did the choreography. You know, we choreographed the whole da-da-na, da-da-da, and then put them down. And we did the Hotel California trade-off on the solos at the end. So I take one, he takes one. So it was like, and Frank, so killer. He just totally rose up. He threw down so hard, throwing down and rising up. That's what we do.
So if my math is correct, it was a 42-string guitar going on over there.
Wait, hold on. I think
2 12s and 2 6s.
Yeah, which is 18 times 2, right? That's 36, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah, 36 strings, dude. But we had throw 4 more on the bass player. Had 4, you know, Michael Devon. But yeah, it was, dude. It was a double whammy, jammy freak fest of, you know, it was awesome. It was just like Stairway to Heaven with 2 doubles. It's getting close to Spinal Tap, but it's still really happening in a respectful way, you know. But it
was a labor of love too, you know.
No, it was all a highlight. But that was just really, I just thought that was like visually badass. Just to see that, and also their biggest song, you know, and be top to bottom. We didn't mess around with the arrangement. We did it just like the record arrangement. It's cool. It was fun.
Awesome. Well, you know, a job well done.
Guitar Frank Hannon, come on, dude. I haven't got that. I had those first couple Tesla records. He's killer, and he's just a big Zepp freak. He's like, he's hardcore. He knows the shit. He's
a nice guy to boot.
Yeah, totally. No, he's like, I don't know. He could be MVP of the night, you know, coming through like that, you know. But there's too many MVPs. Everybody that got up there is like. It was heavy duty. It's just heavy duty. The reaction was so great, you know. So, yeah, it's just like, but it's a simple idea, you know. It's just like the idea is simple. It's just keeping it all together. It's like, you know, if you don't pay attention to detail and keep everybody well informed and everybody knows what's going on, then it just creates just too much confusion. And this is like a Broadway show. I mean, this isn't like isn't like one band headlining a venue. This is like 52 people on stage. That's like, how many bands is that? Like 4 people a band, 5 people a band. That you're talking like, it's like 12 bands. I mean, it's like that's like, you know, it's just like it's a lot of juggling, but everybody wants to do it. So everybody's, you know, it's cool. Everybody comes in, no egos. The egos are left at home. Everybody comes in just ready to pay tribute to Bonham and Zeppelin, really, you know, because everybody. I mean, what musician up there doesn't love Zeppelin? It doesn't matter if you're a singer or a bass player. You love Bonham.
So what do you do next?
We're working on my band's S.U.N. That's really what I want to do. You know, I left Whitesnake, and I don't know if anybody knows it, but I saw the announcement that Tommy Aldridge is back in. Tommy is an idol of mine. It's like, dude, I just want to say, because this shit's important to me. It's like the first time I heard Tommy live, King Biscuit Flower Hour playing with Randy. It was Ozzy. I think it was Blizzard of Oz tour. It was, you know, Randy. Rudy Sarzo, Tommy, and Ozzy, and who was on keys at the time? I can't remember right now. But the first time I heard Tommy go into his drum solo, I was just like, done deal, you know? Love him. So I'm so glad he's back. He's like, dude, he's he's rock royalty on the drum set, and he's a badass, and he's an amazing drummer, and I'm glad that he's back in there. You know, it's like Whitesnake's a great band. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad Tommy's doing it again. So he's doing that, and I'm just like, you know, it's a big commitment. You play in Whitesnake, you're giving 100%, and I started something with Sass, and we're in this together, and we both believe in it 100%. So where do you go with your 100%? You know what I mean? I only got 100. You know, everybody says, you know, whenever somebody goes over 100, I'm like, it's really just 100. We just give 100. You know, if you give more, it's like, it's really just 100. So I only got 100% to give. I can't give 100% to Whitesnake and S.U.N. And S.U.N needs 100% because we're brand new.
Great band. I watched it last Saturday.
Oh, thanks. Oh, we brought the double. Well, we brought the double out for S.U.N because I was like, oh, I got to use this in S.U.N. You know, we got to get a little bit more epic here. Yeah.
Well, you're definitely keeping yourself busy, man, and doing all kinds of good things. So
yeah, it's all, you know, the more it's all. If I go out, if I leave my house, I want to go play. I don't want to just go sit around a bar. I want to go play music. So that's the goal is always to leave the house to go play somewhere. You know.
Looking around at NAMM show today, which are your endorsers that you've been visiting and stuff?
Oh, dude, Natal Drums. Natal Drums, you know, owned by Marshall, and we're full-blown Marshall. You know, I've been using Marshall since a kid. So it's Marshall, Natal. We got Regal tip sticks. We got the Tish sticks. Bam! We got.
There we go.
Little custom stick, whatever. It's you know, these are killer sticks. So the Regal tip, the Tish sticks. You know, I came with the name. It's pretty inventive, huh? Eat 'em up. And what was it? Remo heads. Always about Remo. And and Peisty cymbals. Come on, 2002 Peisties and the Rudes, the combination. Yeah, those are the company, and Jim Dunlop guitar accessories, and they made the Bonzo Bash picks. I think I got one in here somewhere. But yeah, that's it. And we're at Gibson now, man. Like I wanted to come up and say hi to everybody because you know they let us use the double neck. Yeah. So now I'm don't say anything. I'm going to see if I can sneak out with a double neck and just run fast.
Well, there you go. Quick, he's going to be thieving varmint. There you go.
You should keep the camera on and see if I can get out.
Exactly. We'll create a disturbance so you can get out there. You know?
Yeah. You guys start fighting. You just start yelling at each other, saying, "You don't know how to film this. Just start complaining to him, and you say, "Screw you," and you start swinging. I'll grab, at least a Les Paul, and I'll just run.
Well, grab an SG for me, okay, while you're at it. All right.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
All right, JunkmanVintageRock.com, the great Brian Tichy.
You should do a look. When you say Junkman, you should grab your crotch.
Hey, Junkman, hey, how you doing?
Junkman right here.
Yeah, how you doing? Anyway, thanks for talking to us, Brian.
Thanks for having me, as usual, and as always, thank you very much.
You got it.
It's always really cool when anybody gives a shit about what you're doing. I appreciate it all. I really do.
We do indeed. VintageRock.com, Junkman, NAMM 2013.